Chuck Norris is a name synonymous with invincibility, a cultural symbol whose reputation extends from martial arts tournaments to Hollywood action films and global internet memes. Millions celebrate him as the embodiment of unstoppable strength, a man whose physical prowess and calm confidence seem almost supernatural. Yet behind the public persona lies a story of struggle, fear, and resilience that shaped the man before he became a legend. Born into a violent and unstable household, Chuck faced challenges that no trophy or title could erase. His path to greatness was paved with personal battles, moments of invisibility, and a search for identity and self-worth. Understanding the human story behind the myth reveals the discipline, pain, and perseverance that transformed a frightened boy from Oklahoma into the unstoppable force the world now knows. Childhood and family struggles born. Carlos Ray Norris, on March 10, 1940, in Ryan, Oklahoma, Chuck grew up in a home dominated by fear and violence. His father, Ray Norris, a World War II veteran and alcoholic mechanic, wielded his fists with cruelty rather than love. Chuck's earliest years were marked by physical abuse, verbal degradation, and constant instability. Alongside his younger brothers, he learned to make himself invisible, shrinking into corners and hoping the rage would pass without touching him. His mother, Wilma, worked tirelessly to protect her children, yet she was powerless against Ray's outbursts. These experiences instilled a deep sense of inadequacy in Chuck, shaping his self-perception for years. School offered no refuge, as he was shy, anxious, and overlooked, deepening his sense of invisibility. Childhood for Chuck was survival, where emotional scars ran deeper than any physical ones. Early battles with self-worth, poverty, and instability compounded Chuck's sense of inadequacy. The family's constant relocation from Oklahoma to Missouri, Kansas, and California prevented him from feeling rooted or safe. Living in second-hand shoes, sleeping on floors, and going hungry became part of daily life. By his teens, Chuck internalized a belief that he was not enough, reinforced by his father's abuse and his mother's exhaustion. Seeking escape, he joined the United States Air Force at 18, not out of ambition, but to flee a home that offered no security or love. Yet leaving his family did not heal his wounds. The emotional burden of childhood abuse accompanied him, shaping his identity and self-esteem. Chuck's early life illustrates that survival and resilience often precede outward success, and that even future heroes carry the hidden weight of formative pain. Military life and isolation. Stationed at Osan Air Base in South Korea in 1958, Chuck faced the loneliness and alienation of military life. Though given authority as a military policeman, he still felt like the shy, insecure boy from Oklahoma, invisible and disconnected. Thousands of miles from home, surrounded by strangers, he confronted the same feelings of inadequacy that had haunted him in childhood. Letters to his mother went unsent, and self-doubt dominated his thoughts. Yet it was here, in the streets of Osan, that Chuck discovered a Korean martial arts school, a place that would fundamentally change his life. Observing the discipline and precision of the martial artists, he found a glimpse of strength and control unlike anything he had known. This moment offered a path to personal empowerment, beginning the transformation from frightened boy to disciplined warrior. Martial arts and personal transformation. Chuck's first lessons in Korean martial arts were humbling. Clumsy and weak compared to his peers, he fell repeatedly and struggled to keep pace. Yet, under the guidance of a patient master, he learned a crucial principle. Strength comes not from anger, but from discipline, persistence, and self-mastery. Each night he returned to the dojo, pushing past pain and embarrassment, slowly awakening a sense of power that had been dormant since childhood. Martial arts became a language through which he could express himself and channel his energy constructively. Months of practice led to his first belt, but the journey was far from over. The lessons in discipline, persistence, and self-belief became the foundation of Chuck's identity, shaping not only his future career, but also his inner resilience, teaching him that true strength is cultivated over time. Early career and karate success. Returning to the United States in 1962, Chuck faced the challenge of translating his martial arts skills into a meaningful livelihood. Initially, he struggled to find recognition, working dead-end jobs while honing his craft in private. By 1964, he opened a small karate school in Torrance, California, which at first attracted no students. Undeterred, Chuck persisted, teaching with the same rigor and philosophy he had learned in Korea. Slowly, word spread about his skill, discipline, and authenticity, leading to students and local recognition. By the late 1960s, he entered tournaments and began winning, ultimately earning 6 world middleweight karate championships. Despite these achievements, he still faced the emotional residue of childhood trauma, realizing that trophies alone could not erase the feelings of inadequacy instilled by years of abuse. His journey demonstrated that discipline and persistence often precede both personal fulfillment and public recognition. Hollywood and the Bruce Lee connection. Despite martial arts accolades, Hollywood initially dismissed Chuck as too plain and stiff to be an actor. His breakthrough came through his friendship with Bruce Lee, who recognized Chuck's authenticity and skill. Lee cast him as the antagonist in Way of the Dragon in 1972, creating an iconic fight sequence in Rome's Colosseum. This role transformed Chuck from a martial arts champion into a recognized figure in cinema. Yet the triumph was bittersweet. Bruce Lee's sudden death in 1973 deeply affected him, leaving Chuck grappling with grief and survivor's guilt. The experience underscored the fragility of success and life, teaching Chuck to honor his mentor's legacy by persisting in his craft. It was also a pivotal lesson in the power of relationships, mentorship, and resilience beyond mere physical skill. Rise to stardom. Following his introduction to Hollywood, Chuck navigated the film industry with determination. He took roles in low-budget action films like Breaker Breaker and Good Guys Wear Black, honing his presence on camera while building a reputation for authenticity and precision. By the 1980s, he had established himself as a recognizable action star through films like The Octagon, Lone Wolf McQuade, and the Missing in Action trilogy. While not achieving the global status of Stallone or Schwarzenegger, Chuck carved a unique niche. The disciplined, morally grounded, and physically formidable hero. His performances were shaped by years of personal struggle, martial arts discipline, and a philosophy of persistence, reflecting a man who had fought not only opponents, but his own insecurities and life's obstacles. Walker, Texas Ranger, and cultural icon. In 1993, Walker, Texas Ranger premiered, solidifying Chuck Norris as a household name. Playing Cordell Walker, he embodied an unwavering moral compass and martial arts expertise, creating a hero families could trust and admire. The show's success spanned 8 seasons and over 200 episodes, syndicated globally. While critics dismissed it as formulaic, audiences embraced the certainty and integrity Walker represented. Chuck's performance went beyond action, delivering life lessons and values alongside physical feats. The role brought wealth, fame, and influence, yet he maintained his dedication to discipline and work ethic. Even amid luxury and success, he remained grounded, understanding that his achievements were built upon decades of perseverance and the transformation from the scared boy who had once felt invisible. Memes, legacy, and enduring influence. In the 2000s, Chuck Norris became a global meme phenomenon, celebrated for exaggerated feats of invincibility. The Chuck Norris facts introduced him to new generations, blending humor with admiration. Despite the absurdity, Chuck embraced the attention, understanding it as recognition of his cultural impact. Beyond memes, his legacy reflects resilience, discipline, and persistence in overcoming childhood trauma, professional rejection, and personal loss. From a violent, unstable home to the pinnacle of martial arts and Hollywood success, Chuck's life illustrates the transformative power of discipline, mentorship, and perseverance. He remains an enduring icon, not simply for physical feats, but as a symbol of human resilience, the embodiment of a warrior's journey that transcends both fiction and reality.